Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another Chart Nerd TA video. I do apologize for not getting many videos out today. It's been an extremely busy day. I've also got work tomorrow in the morning, so this will be the only update I do get out tonight. But we're going to be covering Algorand this evening. I do have a few projects in mind tomorrow that I'm looking to cover in a bit more detail and a bit more depth. The likes of Everdome, maybe XRP, Chainlink, and possibly HBAR as well. So do stay tuned, guys. Do stay tuned. But anyways, diving into Algo here on the daily time frame. I've got the 10 and 20 EMA on here, so you see you've got this blue 10 EMA and this yellow 20. Okay, and we had a bullish cross right here on the 8th of January for Algorand at around 16 cents, where you came up, you got above the EMAs, fell back to the blue for support here on the daily, and then again you melted up, fell back to the 20 here for support. So you can see that basically what's happened is you started this uptrend and you've been holding these EMAs in this uptrend ever since. Now you fell back to the 20 here on the 18th of January for support, and you found support on that 20, and you can see again you melted up again and have actually again for a second time come back and retested the 20. Now we are seeing quite a nice little bounce off this at the moment, but we do need to see follow through and continuation, just like we did here where we bounced off of the 20 and we actually started to take out the local high. So what we need to see Algorand do right now is start to work its way back up to this high and take it out, because if it does, you can see that once Algo actually came up at this point and took the high out for support, it put in an impulsive new high, of which is our current level of resistance at the price of around 26 cents. I think it is 26.50, around that area. So what we're looking for here is basically continuation of the trend. The trend is your friend until the end, and right now we are holding the EMAs beautifully off support. You had the golden cross, come back to the 20, lovely, broke out to another high, come back to the 20. Potentially we need to see a continuous support here and a follow through with a push, getting back above this 10 EMA, okay, because right now this is acting as resistance. We need to see a melt through, just like we did here with these two candles on the 19th and 20th of January, to confirm, okay, that we're going to continue this trend now and potentially work our way back up, creating a new high. Now what I'm going to show you is potential targets for Algorand moving forward if we do sustain this trend and do put in another wave here for Algo. What I wanted to show you is the potential target. So we can see that from this retracement to the 20 here on the 19th of January, we was retracing back up to this high that we fell from on the 16th. Okay, so we had a 2-day correction, and you can see we did come down quite hard and quite fast. I'm sorry, a 3-day correction. We came down quite fast, but once we started to get back above this 1 fib here at 24 cents, so we came down for resistance. Once we actually got back above 21 cents, you can see that Algorand met the 1618 target at 26.56, bang on to a T, and this is where it's met resistance. So you can see that from this low on the 20 retracing to this high, once you broke the high you ran to the 1618. So if we do another little experiment here, we could say that if we're holding support here on the 20, just like we was here on January the 19th, we could say that we're looking for a little bounce. If we do manage to come up and tackle 26 cents, we're looking for a push to 28, I think, okay, if we continue this trend, because you've come up, support, broke out, support, broke out, support, and if we break out again, I do think that 1618 is a potential target for us to go to, which would potentially be a long up of around 17-18% from current price. Now again, to get that confirmation, what we need to see ourselves do here is get back above the 0618 and the 050 at 24 cents. You can see here it's very strong resistance, okay, so we need to see ourselves get back above that level and start to tackle out this 1 fib at 26 in order for us to push up to that 1618 target. Now that 1618 target does have a bit of confluence here. I have been looking at, I think it's around 27 cents for Algorand, but I wanted to show you again why it would have some confluence. So let's get this back up on here. So you've got this 28 cent range. Now if I get a horizontal line on that 28 cents at that 1618 target, and we zoom out a little bit here, you can see that this 28 cent area on the 1618 target was a massive area of previous support for Algo back in June all the way until November 2022. So it wouldn't surprise me, again, in my other videos I've said, if we lost this level of support, we haven't back tested it as resistance yet, so we've come down, putting a low in. Potentially we're trying to work our way back up to this 28 cents and this 1618 target here off of this low on the daily 20, holding the 20 EMA. If you tackle out of the 1 fib at 26 cents, that's your long target for me at 28, where I'd think it would be a smart move to potentially take some profits off the table. Now if that doesn't come in, and potentially right here Algo has topped out, met some sort of resistance. You could see that this sort of area was previously once support. For a little while we had a little cluster of support, ran into the EMAs, got rejected. Okay, and we lost that support. So this support, previous support here, is potentially acting as resistance right now, which is why we're seeing a bit of a push down. But again, for me, if the bearish case scenario here, if we have put a top in right now and we're retracing back down to this low, if you start to see algo retrace here and potentially lose 20 cents, okay, and not hold 20 cents as support, okay, and it does something like this where it's got an a potential B wave into resistance and a nasty C leg down. If we can't hold this area of support and last leg, the 0618 at 19 cents, I do think you're looking to create some sort of impulsive move here, where we potentially could run into some sort of resistance like this here on the daily time frame. Where you come in, you put in a B leg and potentially start to roll over here, and if you start to lose these targets, okay, this 19 and 20 cent area, this golden ratio of support, then this is where it could be very negative for Algorand, and you could see a reversal wave back down to the 15 cents low that we put in December. So those would be my downside targets, okay. If we are currently running into resistance and we pull back for a larger correction here, you know, I would be looking for a swift move back down of around 15% to that 20 cent mark. Now if we zoom out to the weekly time frame, what that potentially may incur here for the project is potentially a crash. You lose the 10 EMA, okay, and this starts to come down, this 20 comes down, you hit your head on the blue 10 EMA and you start to come back. And what we would like to see is on the weekly is a larger A, B, C correction. Okay, you're losing the EMAs, but you're putting in higher lows. You're starting to form out some sort of low structure over a period of time, and this is where we might coil up throughout 2023, sort of go sideways and accumulate for a little bit before we actually do break out. And this potentially right here is our point of resistance, where we're looking to be rejected by this weekly 20 and potentially come down for another retracement, putting in a higher low than this low. It's all about holding this low. But anyways, guys, I've given you my targets to the downside, both to the upside as well. I like to look at both scenarios here for you guys, and whatever I say is not financial advice, it's all for educational entertainment purposes only. I hope you enjoyed the content today. If you did, please do drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for my next videos. Take care, guys. Peace out.